All right, guys, we in the shop tonight, Thursday night. What was it? February the 13th. And they said it's Friday the 13th. Why did you do that? That's what I told you I needed to fix.
I didn't like it.
They hold the nose out.
I didn't like it.
Well, you didn't like it, but I did, and it's your car.
Well, it's gone now.
See, that's what sheet metal screws come in great use for. Out around the rivets, okay?
This mug is bent.
Huh?
It's bent.
I know. Y'all tell this car's bent?
And that ain't that skewed look.
I think that's skewed look, I'm telling you. That sucker's bent. So, we are stripping this thing down. Found the reason why I was bottoming out on the right front when I was racing. Not a tall enough spring.
Well,
Is what we think. What we think, wasn't it?
This frame rail is way down.
That could be the reason
There's
too.
a whole lot of geometry right here.
Yeah. But got the nose piece off of this out there.
Wait a minute. Hand this shot.
Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
There's something missing.
There's a car here.
Was here.
Where's it go?
Well, there was a pretty good deal come available, so somebody wanted it a little worse than we did, apparently.
Yeah.
So
We got a new surprise out front
yeah.
at the house, but
hold on, there's
more.
more.
So that's more content to come. We'll talk about that later.
As things kind of progress.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we were not planning on getting rid of a car. Wasn't a thing to really think about, but there was a deal come available that we had to,
we couldn't pass up.
well, it ain't necessarily we.
Well, the daddy
but
couldn't pass up.
My dad couldn't pass up. He approached me, he talked to me, and I knew that our focus, I had said, look, there's a lot going on in the shop. We got the street stock, we got a late model, we got a slingshot, we got a vintage car.
Oh, well, they haven't seen the vintage. Well, yeah, they did. It was.
We've talked about it a time
Yeah.
or two. I mean,
Y'all wondering where we relocated it to, though? Why we're talking about that? Maybe this works, maybe it not. Who knows? Sometimes you gotta jiggle the switch.
you gotta give it a second.
Okay. If y'all can see, it's sitting right there. So, we ain't put it away. We just set it outside the shop for right now. Until we can...
We had to open up some room. But no, we'll elaborate further on about the deal that we couldn't pass up.
Yeah.
My dad approached me and wanted to do this with the understanding that racing will not be affected at all. So we're gonna keep on bringing y'all along for the whole racing. But we will say that there may be some content coming.
Hopefully a surprise coming soon.
Like maybe some big bass, big speckled trout out of the bay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And there may be something else in the works.
Yes. There's something else. We might be considering
Getting out of the late model.
yeah.
But
But
we ain't gonna elaborate on that too much. It's not set in stone, but
nothing set.
we'll
But
let y'all know.
It's looking
That
like
tire's flat. Look at
looking like we might do some
good bit of bass.
guess what?
What?
Everybody's doing late model and modified racing on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Why don't we bring
Why don't we do something different?
do street stock racing?
We're looking at doing some street stock stuff and some vintage stuff. We go kind of shake it up a little bit. Let's do something different.
Yeah, because the vintage don't get shown. Like not many folks up north know what a vintage car is.
Well, they got certain
Certain idea, but
yeah, but they look at a vintage racing association, I think is what it's called, and basically it's a late model with a vintage body on it.
Yeah.
But around here, our vintage cars around here is based off of like the metric, same stuff like the street stock, the pier stock, factory stock.
Well,
So-
still, like other racetracks, they know probably may call vintage something different. Like we went to North Alabama a few years ago, and they had vintage cars but on wide 5 wheels. And
Yeah, well,
tires. Late model wheels.
that was based off that Vintage Racing Association.
That is a good track too. I want to go back there. And around Northport, I think. Right there.
But that being said, if anybody might be interested, we have a 2015 Capital race car that we are actually fixing to start on. We fixing to strip this thing down. We fixing to race it. It's gonna be raced.
Unless a deal comes up before we can get the chance to put it together.
Yeah, if something comes available before, then we'll work out a deal.
We're open to anything.
Street stock or vintage, preferably the vintage, but
We'll accept the street stuff.
I will entertain street stock.
Yeah.
This is a complete roller. It'll come minus motor and transmission, radiator,
And seat.
and seat.
And steering wheel. Or are you going to have to buy one?
Well, I mean, if probably not. No, I'm keeping my steering wheel. I'm partial to my steering wheel.
Yeah. Which I need to know when the rubber coming out.
So keep us in mind if you have a Crusoe legal street stock and want to get into late model.
Completely legal. Now we're talking about decking width, cockpit width.
I ain't worried about all that. We can
We can work with that. Work without it.
I'm open to anything street stock, factory stock, vintage. Contact us. We'll leave a link with contact information for me or Luke. But yeah,
Let's see what you got.
we go shake up the YouTube thing. We go do some street stock racing is what we gonna focus on for a little bit.
Well, you got the minor boys. They do a lot of street stock racing.
Yeah, but not around here.
No.
Street stock, slingshot, and vintage is where we're gonna focus at.
Yep.
So
Do you want to touch on our Friday and Saturday night ordeal? I know that doesn't not really want to touch on it, but
we rolled in at the racetrack royally late Friday night.
Friday night. I'm literally unloading the car, got my fire suit on, jumping in the car as it's coming off out of the trailer.
We pull in, we find a parking spot. I fold the door down. Luke comes around, and they calling for street stocks to hot lap. My words was,
Luke,
you
get the car.
get in, get ready, we got to go. We battled handling issues all weekend.
Yeah.
We throwed everything that we knew.
We
and
threw the book at it.
Yeah, we throwed the book at it. And we ain't gonna mention no names yet because I ain't got the okay from them.
Yeah. But we want to appreciate and tell you thank you so much for you know who you are for everything that y'all helped us with. Friday night we had the steering problems and running hot problems Friday night in the feature, but setup wise, loose and tight, we were way too tight for hot laps and way too tight qualifying. Went out there and made some adjustments. The guys helped me with adjustments for Friday night. Jared then jumped in the car for the feature after the heat race. And I did pass the car, but I kind of overdrove it coming out, and car got back under me, and I finished last in the heat race. Well, Jared jumped in it for feature race time, and he was doing fairly well. Raced back to caution at Southern, and he passed 2 cars under caution and kept her rolling until it started running hot. Then he pulled in, and we kind of loaded her up and went back to thinking, but that's where the fan and all that come in Saturday morning. We put a fan on it, new spacer. Now we just got to get the radiator moved
Tuned
back.
on the carburetor a little bit.
Yeah.
Running out of fuel.
Yeah.
Floats kind of went bozo on us.
Yeah. Which you could expect that though, the first night on a rebuilt carburetor, you know.
I mean, there wasn't nothing not touched in it.
Yeah. So, anyway, Saturday night, we did better qualifying. We qualified behind the old 27 of Milton, Florida's own. Congratulations to Wyatt Parker again on the $3,000 sweep for the weekend, Friday and Saturday. Yeah, we qualified 18-7 Saturday night. I'm sorry we didn't get no footage.
There's some footage, but
I can't include it in the video. Something where I can't merge it. I uploaded to Google Photos from my phone, and I use my computer and just drag the files over and drop them in. But I might do a little short video. I might can do a YouTube short and include some race footage. So y'all go watch that. Saturday night, we thought we had to run a hot problem fixed. Well, I went out for the feature. Steering problem again. So I made a few laps and I was late to that. Pulled back in, cooled it down. I'm like, I'm just going to go to the trailer, forget this. Well, old Jared, my pep talk man, talked me up into going back out there. I was like, you know what? Snatch the hood off and leave it off. Cruiser Racing Trick Shot rules is you've got to start the race with a hood. You can run one without one, but you've got to start it with a hood. Everybody's home. So we snatched the hood off, went back out there running pretty good. And just, I don't know if it was the composure or what, but I don't know.
We got to work on Luke. He's worried about holes in a racetrack. He said it was too rough, so he come in again.
I come in again, and Jared's like, you can go back out there. Make some more laps. I said, no, I'm done. So that's my fault, and I've been still regretting it to this day.
We had a long heart-to-heart talk on the way home.
We did.
Why he should have went back out there. Car was not running hot.
And
what?
It was into where I didn't really understand the lapping situation though. Like I didn't. Since I've been with Jared, I haven't had help like this. I've never really understood. Okay, you go out. Anyway, that's a lot to explain.
He went out and they had went green before he even made it.
And I went 2 laps down. Ended up finishing. Went back out there the second time. I was running 8. Come back in, and after I come back in, they scored me 12 for going 3 laps down. So that's the learning process, you know. All racing, is a learning process, even with NASCAR. The day that you think that you know it all is the day you need to get out of it. Yeah. Everybody that races learns something new every time they go out. Exactly. That's just like life. You learn something new every day.
Every day.
I'm a logger. I do logging for full time, and I get in my machine every day, and it always does something different. So, anyway, with that being said, Jared, didn't we say what's our plan with this?
Well,
take it to Jerry.
Yeah, we need to work out and see what Jerry Fowler when he could work us in and get this thing on the frame machine. The whole front end is so bent up. And
just in case y'all couldn't see, I'll do a little zoom out.
This thing is so bent.
Can y'all tell? Or is it just me, or can the left side look shoved over to the right?
This thing, I mean, we have got to do a lot of work. This thing, it will never be competitive the way it is.
No. I'm
getting rid of this front bumper.
We're going with the 88 Monte Carlo nose on it. So.
I mean, there's so much that's got to be done.
Yep.
Y'all may not get to see us till on the racetrack till late March, 1st of April.
But it's going to be right.
It's going to be right.
I think the race we can successfully say we're planning on making with this one, 22nd of March at Dick's house. That's your birthday weekend, I think, ain't it? Tell him how old you're going to be.
Getting old.
Tell him how old you're going to be. 34. He's still a young fella, though. He may not look like it because truck drivers tend to age quicker than other guys.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, we're watching the Daytona Duel 2. But, yeah, I don't know what else we're going to do. We're going to have to get the radiator closer to the sand. See how we had to add that little piece of sheet metal for the extra fan trail, but still, that ain't all in there. And I did think about taking some coil cleaner, dumping it in there.
No, don't.
I mean, not while the motor's running, but we take it outside.
No. Coil cleaner will spray on the face of it.
Oh,
and let it,
okay.
But not in it.
You don't put it in it? Oh, okay. Well,
This thing is a process, that's for sure. We have got to work on this thing.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, we worked on it hard for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I will.
But honestly, I mean, no disrespect, because you didn't know. You didn't have this. This thing was so far from a race car 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
At least now we got something.
We're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tuned. So there's more content to come for this and the street stock and the surprise that we might be trading something. Y'all let us know what you got. We'll surely let you know. Oh, we gotta fix that too.
Yeah.
That ain't good. Where it's been turning. But I need a new steering box. When this thing comes back to the racetrack,
We're coming for
it's gonna have
number one.
Yeah, it's gonna have a new steering box.